What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at it again with another video. So we got to talk about what happened on this episode of SmackDown. Now, this particular episode of SmackDown was already pre-taped from last week. It was an opportunity to give the wrestlers a chance to spend time with their family for the holiday season. So not much really happened on the show outside of a few things that I definitely wanted to talk about. Wanted to make a quick video on this. So let's kind of get into what went down that's actually worth talking about, and that's how the show opened up with Solo Sikoa and the new Bloodline. And basically Solo is talking about Roman Reigns answering his challenge to tribal combat on the January 6th episode of Monday Night Raw, and he finally said, you know what, that's fine, I agree to the terms. I will have my bloodline stay in the back, you can have your bloodline stay in the back, and you can have the wise man stay in the back, and it'll just be me versus you. And when I beat you, you can go sail off into the sunset and head to the island of irrelevancy. And at that point, you'll have to acknowledge me as your tribal chief. So that's pretty much what it was. Him acknowledging that he heard what Roman said and he's accepting the challenge for tribal combat. No bloodline members will be involved. But then you hear Drew's music, and I knew, okay, things are about to pick up now. We got Drew coming out there, and it's very interesting to see what's going to happen here. I love that Michael Cole actually made the call or the announcement that Drew really should probably have some issues with Solo, because Solo was the one that cost Drew the match against Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle, the very first one. So I'm glad that they brought that up, and I like the fact that we're kind of going back to that. And he should have issues with Solo, because Solo has been the person that ultimately screwed him over too. So Drew gets in there, and Jacob Fatu, he's ready to pounce. Tama Tonga's ready to pounce, but Solo tells him to stop. So he got Drew is in there ready to speak his piece, and Solo's like, look, I appreciate what you did to Jimmy. I appreciate what you did to Jay, taking them out. I appreciate what you did to them. And I love to see that. But at the end of the day, I'm still confused on why you're out here. So tell me, why did you interrupt me? And basically he said, look, I'm actually out here to take out, the OG bloodline. I have a hit list, and I'm trying to take out the OG bloodline, and I'm kind of torn between the two, because right now there's a part of me that wants me to kick you in the skull and beat you down right now for what you've done to me in the past. But there's also a part of me that doesn't want to do that. And the reason why is because out of everybody else that went back to Roman and wants to put him back in power, you didn't. You didn't go back to him. You created your own bloodline. You didn't want to follow under him anymore. So that's mainly part of the reason why I don't have that much of an issue with you right now at this moment. That's part of the reason why, because you didn't go back to him. Now, I'm going to take care of the rest of the bloodline, the OG bloodline. I need you to take care of Roman Reigns and finish him off on January 6th. And once that's all and done, once I take care of the rest of the bloodline, once you take care of Roman Reigns, then me and you, we can hash out our differences. And I like that. I like the fact that they spun it in a way where it's like Drew still hates him, doesn't really like him, but he respects that he's standing up to Roman. And he will let him do what he needs to do to take care of Roman and take him out while he takes out the OG bloodline members, the rest of them. And then after that, he wants to have the one-on-one. He wants to run the fade because he still doesn't like him. So I appreciate that. I'm glad it wasn't just, oh, I'm a bad guy now, so our intentions align. It does align, but he's still not cool with him. He still doesn't like him, nor should he. So I can appreciate that they added that to the story, which gives me reason to believe that most likely Drew won't get involved in that tribal combat match. Because I was feeling like maybe he would, and it would make sense if he did. But him saying, you know what, I'm gonna let you handle that. I'm gonna take care of everybody else, and then we can have our one-on-one. I can appreciate that so much. So after that was said, all of a sudden he ends up getting pulled by the feet. And then you see Jimmy, and he's beating the hell out of Drew McIntyre with a crutch. He's one-legged, hopping on one foot, beating the living daylight out of Drew McIntyre. Love to see it, man. Once again, you got a black hoodie on. You are truly invisible. And he gave Drew McIntyre the beats with the crutch. So I love to see that. That was pretty cool. So we still got the OG Bloodline saying, nah, Drew, we ain't backing down without no fight. You ain't going to just pack us up and think we just going to let that happen. So I can appreciate that for sure. Next, they showed the video package of what happened at Saturday night's main event between the match between Cody and Kevin Owens, and how Cody pretty much won the match, obviously with Kevin Owens throwing the chair in the ring and Cody using the chair. You know, it made sense for him to use it at that point. And Kevin, feeling slighted, ends up attacking Cody, putting him in a package pile driver. And y'all know the rest. Cody got packed up, right? Cool. So they show a backstage promo segment. It looks like Kevin Owens is like in the dungeons of the building. And the belt looks so good. He has the Winged Eagle Championship belt on his shoulder. It looks so beautiful. Love it. And he basically like, look, what happened at Saturday night's main event, that wasn't my fault. That wasn't my fault. The referee screwed me over. I had the match won. Cody screwed me over with the chair, even though, you know, I love the fact that he's ignoring the fact that he brought the chair in. He said, I had to take matters into my own hands. And that's what he did. He attacked him. And now I am your uncrowned WWE champion. And that's just what it is. But if WWE wants to, you know, continue to make this if WWE thinks what I did was crossing the line and I snapped, I just want you to know that wasn't me snapping. What happens next, that's going to be me snapping. So it just depends on when Cody comes back, but he's basically sending another warning. I'm not done until I am truly the undisputed WWE champion. And until then, I'm going to be walking around with this belt because I deserve this. I deserve this title, and I'm going to get the real title soon. So I'm going to let WWE decide how they want to go about this. But if y'all thought I snapped, that's not me snapping. What's going to happen next? That's going to be me snapping. So I'm loving what they're doing with Kevin Owens here. He's walking around as the uncrowned champion. Love the belt. Looks so good on him. I do think we're going to get another match. I don't know if it's going to be at the January 6th show. It possibly could, depending on, it possibly could. And maybe it should be, because I kind of want to see them go at it again. Or we may end up getting something at the Royal Rumble, even though that's a whiles away. I do think they may set up something for the January 6th episode. I think that would be a perfect card. You add Kevin Owens versus, you know, Cody Rhodes to that match for, you know, maybe no holds barred. I'm all down for that. If you add a no holds barred stipulation, that would be the perfect episode to bring back Randy Orton, because you know Randy Orton's going to get involved, probably help out Cody there. I think that would be good too. And then you can set up a feud between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. That's going to be fire. And then we can kind of go from there. I don't know. But either way, I hope they have their match at the January 6th episode, because I think, you know, I think it's in a good spot. You don't want to wait too long. You want to kind of, you know, build up as much anticipation for that first episode and having them have the match. Or maybe they may have it on SmackDown. That may be the match that they put on SmackDown for the first SmackDown of the new year. So we'll see. And for me, the rest of the show was kind of middle of the road. Really didn't too much care for, you know, a lot of stuff. We was just talking with people in the chat. It was okay, some serviceable stuff, but for the most part, like I said, this was kind of a show put on autopilot. It was pre-taped, so they didn't really do too much. The beginning of the show definitely had more of the more noticeable things to talk about. So comment down below. Let me know, man, What did you guys think of this episode of SmackDown? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you not care for it? Y'all let me know your opinions. I appreciate all the love support y'all showing on the channel. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking it with me. See you on the next one. Peace.